Aloha, your Unc making Japanese Nagaimo soup. The entire recipe is in the first 2 minutes of this video. It's a super healthy soup, easy to make, and a lot of choices you can do in there. Please help the algo and hit that like and subscribe. Here we go. Fitness, foodies, and the fabulous absurd. From burpees to Kombu, you're never gonna know what you're gonna get from your Unc. Burpee Yoga Uncle. So entire recipe is going to be in the description. You'll need some chicken pieces. The fish cake is optional. This is Nagaimo or Waisan. You're going to blanch the chicken first. That's Juju beans and Goji Berry and Kombu because it's Japanese based. And you're gonna, after you blanch the chicken, you're gonna put everything into the earthen pot and the Nagaimo, and then just let it simmer for a little bit. And then you're gonna add the mushroom. And don't forget the mushroom water. Make sure you don't throw away. And now we're adding a little bit of the sauces, which is just soy sauce and mirin. That is pretty much it because it's a Japanese-based soup. You're gonna also add some chicken powder. That's optional, and then salt and pepper to taste. And that's the entire soup. After you boil it for about 15-20 minutes, it's a super fast soup to make. That's why it's easy. You don't have to boil it for 10-20 hours. And all the good ingredients, if you don't want it to be with meat, with chicken, you can actually make it with just goji berry and the mushroom. I added fish cake to it and make it basically a veggie soup. And look at that, it's just amazing. Again, you don't have to add the chicken powder or the chicken or the fish cake. You can just drink it just the way it is. Nagaimo itself is super good for you. It's an antioxidant food, and you can get them in the Asian markets. There's Chinese version and the Japanese version. The bigger ones are the Japanese version one. That's the entire recipe, and the recipe is going to be mukbang. While at home, everything you see here, we home cook. That is basically cake noodles with ginger scallion crab and also bitter melon. And this is guai, which is free-range running ginger chicken. I love to cook at home because I know what's in my food, and to me, food is medicine. Also, Monday through Friday, I usually only eat at night. I don't really eat breakfast or lunch in general. I firmly believe that you're not required to eat 3 times a day, and I think it's just a food industrial complex that makes you things that you have to eat. And then for the people that go, oh, you know, I feel dizzy or tired when I don't eat. Well, you check with your doctor. But the last I checked, when does a lion or any kind of animal when they're hunting, are they hungry or are they full? And then do they get dizzy when they're full, or do they get dizzy when they're hungry? So last I checked, a lion only hunts when it's hungry, and it's never dizzy, and it's never out of energy. So I don't know. You take it for what it is. I do a lot of burpees. I do a lot of physical body weight workout in calisthenics, and every single long haul sessions when I'm doing like 1,000 burpees or 2,000 push-ups, I never eat beforehand. I don't do protein drinks. I don't do any of that stuff. In fact, most of the time when I do those kind of workout where it's like 2-3 hours long, usually I do them in the morning, and usually the last time I ate was pretty much the night before, and that's it. That it works for me. I'm not saying that to do the same thing as I do. Again, this is YouTube. It's all entertainment. You do you, and you consult with your physician. But I firmly believe in what is called autophagy. It's a term that talks about how your body behaves when it doesn't have food for 16 hours plus. In fact, a Japanese doctor won the Nobel Medicine Prize back in I think 2008 or something like that. Nobel Medicine Prize for finding out what autophagy is. Go check it out. I believe that was the genesis of what nowadays people call intermittent fasting. I don't like the word fasting. I don't like the word diet, because diet, when you spell it, 3/4 of the word is a word that I don't want to be associated with. So go take it for a grain of salt. Again, if you're down this far, please help us with the algorithm and hit that like and subscribe button. I will put on one of these corners my shorts that I put up every day. Usually it has to do with for sure it has to do with burpees,
and food, and also muscle ups, and also front lever trainings, as well as handstand. Anything calisthenics, anything with food, and maybe some travels, I'll do. That dipping sauce I have right there is actually finadeni. It's a Guam based sauce. It is so good. So good. Anyway, I digress. Thank you so much. The rest of it again is going to be mukbang. I enjoy my food, as you can see, and bless up.
Bye.